Okay.
Yeah. Type in that chat, Chloe.
Okay. So last session we ended it with you guys going to the cherry pit due to the fact that you did not have any other types of leads really to track down where the van of skulls went after the attack on Kings. Because of that, you went to the cherry pit and asked Madame Hollows, the owner of the cherry pit, for information. She gave it to Michael in exchange for the promise of a favor in the future, telling you that you needed to go to Lenny's Discount Fixings. And with that in mind, you guys, like Nanite or someone was able to just real quick Google that one and find the street location. And with it being as late as it is, you guys make your way in the night to Lenny's Discount Fixings, and you find. Hang on. Oh, where's this map?
And we find what?
You find. I'm moving you to a map.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right. Let me find this.
What you find after so long is a seemingly out of business auto repair shop called Lenny's Discount Repairs or Fixings. Its windows are smashed up and boarded up. The sign bearing its name is old and faded. You assume nobody has stepped foot inside this place for years. If it wasn't for the familiar white van parked in front of the closed garage door. The area is quiet. There are no noticeable signs of life coming from within the building, but you do believe this to be the right place. If Madame Hollows did not lie to you. Let me change to this song.
We in the streets? Oh no.
Ooh.
Yo, guys.
Good tune. So how this is a warehouse. It's not like a tall multi-story building.
Yeah, it's like a one floor auto repair shop.
Okay.
There's a garage where cars would drive in to get repaired.
Yeah, Chloe, go into settings and scroll all the way down until you get to chat avatar and names only.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see how this is gonna go up ahead.
Good music.
Thank you.
All right. I guess initially, Michael's just gonna switch to mobile form.
God, this is a huge map.
Just like offhanded to be ready to get moving around. And he look around to the group and ask, "All right, do we have any specific way we want to go about this? Like, do you guys have any ideas about how we should tackle this?"
The Immortal Owl would basically kind of look to the group and be like, were there any specifics given about if the people here care too much for superheroes?
Well, this is the gang's hideout. They probably aren't going to like us being around.
And there does seem to be a lot of them.
And they do know what we look like, at least like this.
If we could get some sort of view of what's going on inside without them seeing us, I think that would be the best. Like, to try to gather some information to see what we're up against here.
I would kind of take a couple steps to the edge here and be like, is that the van right there?
Yes, it is.
I see no van.
There's a van.
It's farther up in the parking lot.
It's way up there. This is a big boy map.
Oh god.
Maybe we can team, but partially split up, and half of us can take care of whatever's in that van, and the other half can hold off the guys. I don't know. Getting really confused about the situation.
Is there anything in that van?
I was about to say.
I mean, they might still have some of their supply they got from earlier today, but I feel like they probably would have moved all of it inside. That's why I kind of want to see what's going on in there. I figure the best thing I can do right now is to try to go and see if I can stealth around, find any openings or any windows to to look inside, maybe try to listen in on their plans. But I don't. Again, that's why I wanted to know if any of you thought there might be anything specific. If some people want to go check the van, by all means, you just definitely want to try not to get all their attention. But I don't know, maybe that might be a good thing. I just don't know if there's anything inside worth getting them away from. And we definitely don't want to prompt a fight immediately if we can help it.
Maybe we should scope out the alley first and see if there's any windows we can look in.
Probably
Okay.
a good idea. Yes.
Michael's just gonna start moving along towards the alleyway.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna. Shit's being weird. My browser. Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow after.
That's art. No.
Oh, that, I guess, Tessa, you had your pit up. You drew
Oops.
under.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kai,
Oh,
you
that's good.
It's just graphics. It's chalk on the side.
We drew a little bit on the
Dude.
A
That's
Dink
okay,
and
it
Rampa
doesn't look
character
both
died
ways.
here.
Yeah, so does
Evo is going to go to. Is there like moonlight casting any shadows that might be able to help me? That might be able to help me hide if I go on a specific wall, or is it just sort of ambient nighttime?
I mean, in the alleyways, it'd probably be dark enough.
Okay, yeah, I'll just crawl along the wall then and just see if I can scope out what's going on in here along with Immortal Owl.
these are windows, right?
Yes,
Are those not boarded up?
they're boarded up.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
That's a door there.
Oh. Oh, I just noticed something interesting. If you move along the ground, you snap to the grid, but if you move along the wall, like where it won't let you go in, you can like move without being stuck to the grid,
One moment.
which isn't important. I just
Okay.
noticed that. That was interesting.
Frighten me.
So you guys are inching along the darkened nighttime alleyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's the
indeed.
visibility in there?
I mean, it's dark. I mean, you can see enough to know that like it's a straightaway kind of shot. There's like more street beyond the map. You couldn't like read, like it's not reading light. I guess it's dim enough
Yeah.
you can see, dark enough it's hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
So you have night vision goggles built into your tank mask.
You do have night vision goggles, so you're fine.
While Evo's like crawling along this wall over here, he's gonna extend his arms over to the other wall and like zip over to cling to this wall and keep crawling along.
Okay. You do
Just
that.
for flavor on how he's moving around.
Now he's just gonna stick behind Brushstroke.
Brushstroke's just letting you guys take the lead. He has no intent of doing anything right now.
Can I check for any like there's no windows on the side here?
Nope.
No, they look like that. You'd see 'em.
Okay. Evo's gonna look down to Captain Quartz and kind of put up a hand, like motioning for her to wait a sec as he checks around the corner.
Okay.
And says he crawls along here to see if there's anything going on. Okay. Yeah, he'd motion for everybody to keep walking then.
God, we're superheroes and we're acting like fucking vandals.
I mean, hey, we're in an area where we attack.
Also, says Nanite.
Says the fucking
Nanite.
vandal.
You guys do come up to a chain link fence that is sort of stretched across the area, like here,
How tall is it?
like 8 feet.
Okay. I'll continue like crawling over it. I'll look back since
I don't know if I can climb this quietly. I'm
Can't
rocks and
Brushstroke draw through it? Draw us a hole through it.
Yes.
can you draw?
Wait,
on
okay.
chalk?
Whoa,
we
wait.
can also do that to get in.
Would he?
I don't think we've ever put a limit on your power to like in that way, but I don't think it would make sense because like how would you draw on a fence?
That's true.
Be really hard.
That is true.
Evo
I was just
would-
gonna have the immortal owl like look to Captain Quartz and just be like, "Do you need a boost?"
That
And he would just
be-
like he would just deal with like his.
if it's not too much trouble, then
well,
well,
if-
I don't even know if we're going over.
I mean, you are right that you might make some of the most noise getting around the fence. Maybe
How
since
about me and Evo just go check out around the corner, and then if it's all good, we'll just come right back around.
yeah, and if we know that there
Just-
aren't people nearby, we don't have to worry about noise, you know.
That sounds fine. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Also,
Evo-
I can't hear the music.
Try.
The music also stopped for me.
I'd
Still
go.
going for me.
Yeah, I had to refresh.
I'll wait.
There we
until-
go. Thank you.
Okay. Evo's gonna come down off of the wall now since we're getting to the end of this alleyway.
Okay.
Okay. Evo would look to Immortal Owl and kind of motion for Immortal Owl to look on this path that goes up, and I'll check the path that goes down. Not like we're splitting up, just like looking,
Mm-hmm.
because we can cover more ground this way.
Yeah, you
Okay, there's not
look
much
around the
going on.
corner.
This is good.
There's like some dumpsters, another fence down the way.
Is this window also boarded up?
Yes.
Can I roll for like a good perception looking into the van?
Into the van?
Yeah, like I'm standing
yeah,
right
yeah,
here
sure.
in the van.
You mean like in the side windows? You mean?
Yeah, into
Okay.
like the driver's seat window. Would that just be perception?
I mean, you don't even have to roll. You can. It's just looking at a thing. You can see there's nobody in the van.
And there's like nothing on the like dash of it, like on the top or anything.
No, I mean nothing of note.
Alright.
Could I try to see if I can hear anything inside from here? I don't expect to hear much, but
Oh, there's a
sure.
window.
Yes, you could try
I
to
did-
hear. That would be perception.
okay.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Okay, cool. Evo will go to move around the alleyway unless Immortal Owl wanted to do anything.
Do you think we should check the other window?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. Oh, you would just like stealthily walk around.
It is also boarded up.
So
The windows are
can I
boarded
try
up.
to roll to hear something or no?
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Amazing. All right. Well,
Yeah.
this was a bust. Let's go back
Well.
around the other way.
Hey, brushstroke. Kirby kind of inquires.
Let's just... There's...
Valerio just look at him, cock his head to the side.
Can you make a peephole in the wall so we could possibly see what's inside?
Wouldn't be very useful, but yeah.
Maybe
crawl
like light
over this
everything.
thing again.
Okay, Valerio draw like, I don't know, like. You ever look at the bottom of a pack?
Of a what?
A what?
Yeah, juice box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just draw a square about that size.
Okay. Just a very small little like
Very
card
small
slot
ass square.
essentially.
Anything bigger than that would be noticeable if it just popped out of.
Okay. You see, hang on. Let me take a screenshot, I guess, because with the way I set up the walls, I can't really make a peephole.
Yeah, it was just
Uh,
a feel.
So let me just
Power of gas.
actually use print screen, but from the angle you guys are at, you can see about this kind of an area, let's say. I'm putting it in DM stuff.
Okay,
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, we will get back here as they're like looking in. And Eva will mention, we didn't see anyone down the other way, and windows are still boarded up. I can't really hear anything going on inside from where we've been.
Larry would like take a look though, like here to the hole. Would you hear anything?
No.
Okay.
Hey, could you draw a slightly bigger hole?
He'd turn back to Evo and sigh, and then turn back and draw a slightly bigger hole,
How big is
Softball.
this hole?
like a softball.
I forget. What is
Slightly
the
big.
minimum of what I can go through?
You'd probably want it to be a little bigger.
Yeah, if Evo would look at it and like move his hands like outwards just a little bit.
Soccer ball.
All right, that's big enough. You even made a little,
Yeah.
more bigger than you need.
Evo would move over to it and then go to try to like squeeze through the hole.
Yeah, you guys watch as Evo just kind of like sticks his arm in first, and then just very slowly and grossly squeezes his entire body through a hole,
Larry would be repulsed.
and
Wood shot.
pops out on this side of the room.
Yeah, the immortal owl would just be completely confused by that.
You see what appears to be utterly abandoned room, and you can guess from how quiet the entire building is, it's probably an abandoned building. All of the lights have been turned off, except for a single bulb illuminating the center of the room in a sort of spotlight fashion. And under that light, is a table, and on that table is a letter.
Well, that isn't fucking ominous.
Evo, is it safe to go in?
Evo would sort of he'd look at the room and he'd shift back into his mobile form first. And then he'd turn back around to face the hole, and he's gonna whisper to the group and say, which we didn't really check the front, but he'll say, I'm gonna see if I can get you guys a better way to come in, unless you just want to try to make your way through a bigger hole right here. But it doesn't seem like there's anyone in here if you guys want to just come on in.
I'm alright with that.
Larry would just step back and like the hole would seal, and then he'd just draw like a door-sized hole.
Okay. Evo would have crawled sort of on top of a barrel. There is just a barrel and box. You're now climbing on top of the box. There's just some like fucking garbage, it seems.
The immortal owl would wait to be the last person to
Yeah, I don't
go
know.
through the
This stuff
Wait,
out of the
yeah.
way.
What did you say, Tessa?
CQ offered to move the things out of the way so that they can have easier access to the room.
Kind of like pull him out of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Larry. would-
Yeah. Yeah, she's just gonna grab the barrel, kind of like put it aside,
Sure.
and then head in and kind of like.
Oh, this is gonna. 1 second.
This is gonna be a fun thing with brushstrokes power.
No, it's just because I have the night layer on this map.
Oh,
So let me just.
Oofa doofa.
Barrel's gone. Moved it out the building.
Well, while she's moving it, Kirby's gonna tap on it to see if it's empty.
You
I
tap
can't
on a
enter.
barrel. That wouldn't tell you if it's empty. What? You
Yeah,
just
well, no,
tap it
if
with your
it's-
finger.
Well, I mean, CQ would know if it's empty or not.
Yeah, I
since
mean when
she-
you lift it, it's like, I mean it's easy for you. It feels like there's something in it, I guess, but it's a barrel.
It's a barrel.
Also, as I claw as I climb along this wall, I assume this paper doesn't mean much, but I still want to check it. Just-
Let me
That is a pizza box.
Oh, it's a
Kirby's
pizza
been
box.
here,
Zoomed out too much. It looked like a fucking. it looked like a piece of paper with like alien text on it. So I thought it was just like a filler.
Yeah, the note in the middle of the
Texture.
room was a red herring.
Yeah, the pizza box is the real kicker. Okay, can I answer?
Yes. The
let me
the
in.
barrel was moved. Oh yeah, sorry.
Wait,
And
can
she'll move the crate kind of out of the way so people can move through.
Okay. Yeah, you just push the crate aside. Are you guys entering after?
Yeah, Valeria's going.
Come on,
Okay.
squad.
We would go in
Oop.
after Valeria.
Boop.
As they're moving in, Eva would gesture over to that other door brushstroke is near.
Boop.
Kirby's gonna put his ear to this door. Is there anything there? You hear anything?
Roll perception.
Perception, you say?
Yes. You don't hear anything.
Kirby goes to see if the door is locked.
It is not.
From me tracking the gang members in the past, can I check my tracking sense to see if they're still here?
You want to see I mean, they're not in the room with you. Hang on, let me look at the tracking power. I don't think
Or
you
you
just
wanted to see if you can-
I don't think you sense life forms in a room with you.
Are you wanting to see if you can see their footsteps? Because I remember you mentioning you can do that before.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like
Yeah,
whenever I have the way it works is like whenever I've encountered
yeah.
path of people or animals, if they leave my sight.
They were never in your sight, really, technically. I mean, whoever was in this room, you didn't see them leave this room.
Oh, true. I know more like I'm tracking specifically the green skull guy. That was the person that I put my track.
Yeah, but I would argue that it has been long enough that does not apply. If I haven't seen somebody in a week, I couldn't just roll oh, I want to know where they are. Roll, and I know where they went today.
Yeah, true.
Eva will move down off of the wall.
Okay.
Now. You spent long enough on the wall.
You could still, though, roll perception for, signs of them or something if you wanted to. Just from this room.
For some reason, Roll20 just restarted for me, but yes, I will do that as soon as it loads.
Can Kirby take a peek through the door just to see what's on the other side?
Yeah, you're on this side of the door.
Oh.
It's an empty room. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there were people in this room. The pizza box, for example, still kind of warm. You could tell there were people here not very long ago at all. But there no signs of them now.
Hey, CQ, could you help me with some of this stuff?
Yeah, sure.
And Evo, the room you're in seems like it was some sort of a storage room. Or not Evo, Nanite. Seems like the room you're in was some sort of a storage room. It is storing a lot less now than
He's gonna
it
see
could.
if he can crack one of these smaller ones open.
Okay, you do. There's just there's some machine parts inside,
What kind of machine parts?
like car parts.
Like scrap metal, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Evo shifts out to his combat form, and after asking CQ for some help, he's gonna start moving some barrels and boxes over here.
Yeah.
The Immortal Owl would kind of look to the other people in the room and just be like, are we gonna talk about the ominous envelope on the center table here?
I'm a little worried that I don't know. Maybe if we touch happen or if we move it, maybe something would happen. It could be dangerous. It is all. But,
The Immortal
you know,
Owl would he'd pick it up kind of
Okay.
as Captain Forces.
Let's do one thing at a time. So where are you guys moving the stuff? Because you were doing that, unless you stopped to talk to the Immortal Owl.
Probably moving it like
Yeah, Evo would still try to go about moving it, just over here.
Okay.
move it
barrel
in
moves.
front of the door so that I can't get out.
Let's just say the box moved here, and that would open it enough to enter the
Yeah.
door if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And
Evo
then-
sees the door and nods, and then looks back to them.
CQ is anxiously watching.
Valeria would just move to the table and look at the envelope. It is an envelope, yeah?
It is an envelope, and you said the Immortal Owl was going to pick it up?
Yeah, he would just kind of pick it up slightly off the table to flip it over to look at the other side of it.
Okay. As you start interacting and picking up the envelope, from above a soft click is heard, and the sprinkler system in the roof begins to go off, making puddles on the floor. 1 second, let me.
All right. All
Both
right.
hang on.
Well, I was right a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay.
How many sprinkler systems are there? Like, are there multiple in the ceiling?
Yeah, there's like a few of them.
Okay, so I would quickly, like, as soon as that happens, I would put the letter inside of, like, my clothing.
Okay.
Like, I would just like, sheath it into my jacket or whatever, you know, that he's wearing.
Okay.
And
Water.
hang on. Hey, don't move.
Oh, all right.
As the puddles begin to form on the ground, everyone gets soaked in general, but in some of the areas, puddles form larger than in other areas. And then, like, not a moment after that, another click is heard, and a buzz begins coming from the floor as the metal plating that makes up the ground becomes electrified.
Oh.
I need...
I am going to roll to fly up into the air.
It's too late. It's happening.
Is
Let's
Kirby
see.
affected by any of this? Or is
No, you're in a different room. You just hear the sprinklers go off or something. You just hear like as like the water's hitting.
As soon as this happens, like, more of Jayu's voice would just be like, "I'm sorry," like, because he falls onto the ground.
Let's see.
His voice is just repeating.
It's okay. You couldn't have known.
And as you're saying this, you're being electrocuted. As all you're saying this, everyone needs to make, except for Kai, you all need to make toughness checks of 15. Kai, you need to make one of 25 because you're standing in the puddle. So it is a worse electrocution for you.
I have partial immunity to electricity.
You do.
Yeah. I don't really know how that helps me or however.
What am I rolling?
Toughness, yeah, a toughness check.
Should I add something? Or?
It would just like half the damage. So what would that be? Let's just say yours is like 12.
Okay. So I'm rolling toughness.
Yep.
I feel like this trap was made to be the bane of Kirby's existence.
I'm not allowed. Am I allowed to do anything before? Before like rolling, or I guess it's like a reflex thing. So, all right. Let me go. Nice.
Yeah. Let's see who didn't. I think everyone, except
Chloe
for
fucking
Kai with his higher one, did not make it, or did make it. I mean, rather.
Oh God, I was gonna say.
As we're getting electrocuted, or when the zapping noise starts, Evo's little like spike antennas droop a bit. He's like, "Uh-oh," as he looks to the floor, and now as he's getting zapped, he's having to try to keep in his form.
Get on the wood.
Which is a will save.
It's a non-conductor.
Okay, it's 20.
Yeah, it does beat 20. So you guys see as your little alien body still doesn't react good to it. You guys can see like ripples go through as like it seems like he's having convulsions and parts of his bodies are like expanding and unexpanding. Like he's just freaking out for a second there before he regains control of it and manages to stay as the buffed up combat form that he is. Kai, you failed it by 5. So you get a -1 to toughness. You get an injury. So mark injury up by 1.
I assume this was a quick shock and not a constant.
Yeah, it was a quick shock. But the floor's still buzzing. Sounds like maybe it'll go off again at some point.
Yeah, Evo's gonna try to jump up on this wooden box.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I have to do a specific roll for that, or do you think he could just jump up there in this form?
I mean, you could just climb up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Can Valerio move and jump up on the table?
Yeah. After you got pretty badly shocked, you would be able to get up on the table.
I'm gonna jump up on a crate.
Okay. What is Kirby doing real quick?
Kirby's gonna hear the sprinklers go. Like, there's no sprinkler in this room, I assume.
No.
Yeah. He's gonna run back over here and open the door and peer in and be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Don't come in here.
Yeah, Evo would call out over to Nanite and say, "The floor's electrocuted. Be careful."
The immortal owl would just be like, "I believe this is what you call a booby trap."
Yeah. Maybe next time, don't thing that's spotlighted in an empty room. Not to be rude. I'm sorry if I am. It's just that Hey, and you did it anyway. That's not a problem. Though you're your own person. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to.
And then he'd reach into his clothes and look at the letter like as closely to his face as possible, and kind of start reading why they were like, see what they were just electrocuted for.
It's an envelope. Do you open up the open up the envelope to take the letter out?
No, he would take it out and just be like, should we find out what all that was about or wait till later?
What were you gonna say then?
It's not important now.
Real quick. Did Kirby come into the room, or is he kind of just still staying?
He's kind of peering out through the door frame. Although he is gonna kneel down and see if he can if there was anything hooked on under the table. There's a wire or something.
Oh, under the table? No. Yeah, it's a table with 4 legs, so you would be able to see under it. I assume you just have the door open.
Yeah, it's just open.
But yeah, there you can see nothing really under it. Just looks like a table, and then there's the floor.
Evo would try to call over to Nanite again and say, if there's something causing this, if there's something causing the voltage, it might be under the floor.
Yeah, he's gonna kneel down and see if he can send his nanobots below the floor. If there's any electrical systems down there.
Just roll investigation. I'm gonna give you, and also with -2, because you're investigating something that is in an entirely different area than you.
Okay.
The Immortal Owl would kind of look to Kirby and be like, what do you see? What's under the table?
1 second.
And as you guys are waiting for Kirby to find something, the floor does buzz up again, and you can see
12.
the water kind of sparkling up. 12. No, you can't really find any sort of source of what's happening here. You can assume there's some mechanism under there, but you don't know where. And then as you guys are looking around and kind of waiting, another click is heard within the room, and
Oh dear.
out from the barrels within the room, kind of the lids are lifted off suddenly as little Gatling kind of just machine guns pop out from it, all aimed towards the center of the room. It's a trap. There's once I activate a trap, there's not really. It isn't a race to see who can say I dodge it first. So with it, the guns all come out from their little barrels, and you hear a computer voice say, "Firing in 3, 2, 1." And now there would actually be a moment to react to it, so now go ahead.
I would yell for the two in the corner to jump into the center, or no? There's not enough time.
I'm sorry, jump into the center where the guns are pointed?
Center, into the line of fire?
You see all the guns are pointed at you, right?
Okay, I was going to cast force field basically around me and Valerio.
That is a good idea. That is a good idea.
I didn't know if the guns in the other corner were pointed at you guys as well. I know they're pointed at us, but
you guys, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, when all the guns pop up, Evo's gonna look towards the center, and he's gonna shift into the armor form, but
Okay.
I don't know if he'd be able to get over there or
No.
do anything, but yeah.
Yeah, shifting would take the amount of time of 3 seconds in the countdown. As
yeah, I cast force field around me and Valerio.
Okay.
Can you have an action as well before the guns go off?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do?
He's gonna kind of extend his hand towards this one and see if he can hook up with the whatever's controlling the turrets.
Okay, roll technology.
Go.
Where's tech?
You are able to wrestle control of that specific one. You can tell that the guns themselves are all being operated manually from some sort of a feed just away from here. Whoever's doing this is not in the room with you or near you, really. But you are able to wrestle control of the one gun as the
It off.
yeah okay.
Shoot the other ones. Oh.
As the rest of the guns fire off, they fire at the shield. So roll a toughness with the for the force field. The force field has +5, right? Because it's
+5 to toughness.
Yeah.
Or whatever our roll is.
So just roll like a 1d20 basically, and we'll just add 5.
I don't roll my normal toughness thing?
No, it would be because the force field has a different toughness.
Which is hopefully tougher than you are.
Just do / roll 1d20.
Thanks.
Also, shout out to this guy who set this one up
Yeah, it fell over.
Yeah.
in a fallen barrel.
Still aiming though.
He's just still aiming.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah. You don't. This force field. So from Valerio's perspective, guns pop out of barrels. Somebody says they're going to shoot in 3 seconds, and the bird next to you just kind of waves his arms out, because the force field is not visible. It is like invisible solid air basically.
Yeah.
So from Valerio's perspective, the bullets are just pinging off of the air a few feet away from you.
God.
And I imagine the immortal owl is just kind of like standing there with his wings like somewhat around them
Mm-hmm.
still, like because he still like has that half faith in his own power, so he's still like shielding Valerio with his huge fucking wings like from the bullets, even though they're pinging off of the area around them.
As the barrier comes up and those two are defended in this end of the room, Michael gives off a sigh of relief and says, "Good going, Owl."
You give a sigh of relief as still some of the guns from the exact opposite side of the room, because when they're firing off, they're like sort of jerking wildly. Some of the bullets
That is why I wondered if you could jump into the center in my force.
would still be of threat to you guys. So give me a dodge check, but I will give you a like big circumstance bonus to it, +5, because there is a impenetrable bubble in between you and the guns, so it would be an easy dodge from any of the stray bullets that do come your way.
Ricochets are a thing too.
Well, yeah, either way.
Do these guns pivot?
Daco, could I just, like, really up to try to protect Evo and I from, like, stray bullets?
Hang on. Ethan, did you not put the +5 in that?
I did.
I'm looking for it in the... Because when you mouse over the roll, it gives you all the numbers.
I put the +5 in miscellaneous, and then I took it out after I rolled it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not so good, buddy. But you are in defense form, so you're at.
Yeah.
There's something there for you.
Yeah,
Give it a shot, I guess.
I'm tough. I can't dodge well, but I can take a bullet.
Nope.
Nope.
Luckily, I can also take a bullet.
Yeah, go ahead and both of you roll toughness checks. At a DC of 17.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Bye, guys.
Oofa. Is that?
Doofa, boys.
That's just one injury.
I was gonna say it's probably too late now.
What
but
do
with-
that do?
What does an
I was
injury
gonna-
do? Sorry, go on, Ethan, real quick.
I was gonna say it's probably too late now, but I was gonna see if I could do a like bullet reflection free action to try to defend CQ, but it might be too
No,
late.
that would also only be for the bullets that are aimed at you.
Oh
CQ
yeah,
takes,
that's right. That is reflect.
CQ takes a bullet and goes, this is the second one today.
Yeah, this one though is not an energy blast that like leaves scorch marks. It is just a bullet that like I don't know, fucking hits you in the forehead, but it just kind of leaves a crack. Would have killed a person, but you are still made of crystal.
It's still going fast, so it probably like made her head jerk back and hit against the wall, and that's why she's hurt. She's got like a mild concussion.
Which Evo like moves
Ow!
down to try to like help her get her stance, and he says, "We need to move further in the building."
And as you kind of get up to start moving towards one of the doors or something, and the room is kind of now diving more into chaos. Noise is now coming from the doors and windows of the building as thick metal covers slide over them, blocking them.
Are
And
you kidding me?
immediately following that, the computer voice returns announcing self-destruct of base in 60 seconds. 59.
Fucking. She
58.
doesn't cuss.
Wait, does that mean Kirby's
so-
back in-
That means Kirby is locked in the room.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm
what is
gonna.
the ceiling made out of?
Brick.
It's brick. Like a fucking straight shot, energy, all in my fist, bust through the ceiling move.
Okay.
Take I want to. Oh, sorry. I'll let
Flying
Chloe
up into the air
first.
and breaking the ceiling.
Okay. What is the? Hang on.
But at least we can fucking climb out.
Let's see.
So our little escapey hole covered, yeah?
The what?
The little escape hole that Valerio made. Covered,
It's
Is it still open?
it would still be open.
Oh god,
Oh
yeah.
shit. So we need to just make a mad dash, but we need to get.
Then we'd get
so we
nanite.
need to-
Yeah.
Here,
We
I,
need to
I
get-
can buff out and get nanite.
I'll need to make
Well,
a mad dash out and have Valerio draw another hole for nanite.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can only have one at a time,
ASAP.
Ken.
Yeah.
We all need to get out now. Alright,
Okay.
the Immortal Owl would do like a quick fly over to the fucking, like over here. And next to
Daco.
Hmm.
May I buff out?
You may
for the
buff
time
out.
being? Cool. Alright, so CQ is going to concentrate real hard, and her crystals begin to begin to grow and grow and grow in her own panic, realizing that she needs to be strong. And she looks kind of emotionally pained, I suppose, doing this. 1 second. My rogue thing. Okay, cool. 1 rank to my strength and stamina.
The stamina one doesn't count because you're already at max toughness, so stamina doesn't really do anything.
So it adds 1 rank to my strength for every thingy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chloe, your mic's doing the noise.
Yeah. Okay. So strength. Sick. Okay. So yeah, she's just launch herself toward. Well, first, she's gonna fucking kick this thing.
Okay.
See if she can, see if I can break it.
The
Or see if I
one
can break
turn
it
I
first.
have control of and you're breaking it.
Oh yeah, you have control. Well, she doesn't know that.
That's true.
You didn't tell her.
Roll. Actually, I'll just roll, like, to see if I. Let's see. Because what is the toughness of steel? It would be 9. So that would be 23. What is your damage for your punches now?
1 moment. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I don't know where that is. I'm sorry.
It's your melee attack. The shattering strike
Okay.
thing. It's your attack.
Yeah.
It's on your sheet. It's under. In stats and skills, it's under initiative. It's the shattering strike. It is 9. So that would be 24.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, effect ranks. I didn't know.
So you manage to dent the gun. You do not really full smash it, but you have bent the barrel.
Okay.
Hey, Will, don't do that.
Yeah, she's gonna move over to the door.
Okay.
Can I use powerlifting to try to rip the metal
Hang on.
off?
What is Evo doing?
Evo is going to. He shifted out to mobile form.
I want
he
to say
can,
the Immortal Owl
I-
like would have yelled like Evo, Valerio, like get over here, like before, like as soon as he perched
Okay.
on top of the thing.
So my question still stands. What is Evo doing?
He shifted out to mobile form so he can dart through the air. And as he's darting by CQ, he'd say, "Get out of the building. Valerio can draw a hole for nanite."
Hang on.
I don't know how far exactly I can even go from the box.
You get like about to the hole basically.
Okay.
And what is Valerio doing?
He's gonna run to the door, like his own self-made door,
Okay.
and get out of the building.
As you, I'm gonna keep you here. As you and CQ are now running to the door, the floor does act up again, and goes to shock you. So roll another toughness. CQ is enough in the puddle that I will say her check now is 25, but since you have the immunity, I will say it's 18. Why not?
Can I try to absorb the energy and use it toward my strength?
Sure. What is that power? Let me see.
It adds shit to my strength.
It's kinetic energy though, not electrical.
No, it's electricity.
Okay.
Your crystals absorb lightning.
Yeah,
Fine,
it's
so electricity.
able to take the energy of a particular and needs to increase your.
Okay, so mine's -1, yeah? My toughness roll?
Yes.
I got shocked. Yay! So
Mm.
small.
I think I have to roll toughness probably.
Yeah,
Right?
roll toughness, I think, and then you will absorb the electricity still. Just roll toughness. Kai, you did.
Nope.
Oof. Okay. Kai, you get shocked and you get stunned in place as electricity is coursing up your legs, and you would take another -1 as it's another injury.
Yep.
CQ though, because you were in a puddle, and that was what I said, 18. So yeah, no, you're still in the realm of just that being an injury, since it is not more than -5.
Oh, okay.
So the electricity courses up your legs. I don't know how we have that power set up for the thing, for absorbing electricity. I don't know. Hang on.
It's in energy absorption.
I know, I'm reading it.
It's yeah.
Okay. So you said you wanted to absorb it?
Yeah.
Since it's an array, since you went to absorb it, you did not resist it.
Okay.
Which means that the damage would have been 25, which means that you are, let's see, what is the failure 2 degrees? You are, actually no, that'd be 3, because that's 11. You are staggered and you take 1 injury.
Okay.
Which means, what is staggered? And I did look up about the stagger thing. You're dazed and hindered, so you can only take a single standard action, and your move is -1 speed.
That's fine.
So, and also I did look about the staggered. It stays that way until you recover, which takes time out of combat.
Okay.
So, with that, you're both stunned in place as the electricity is coursing through you. The countdown continues on. You have much less time. What are you guys doing now?
CQ's is gritting her teeth in pain, but is nevertheless going to use her enhanced strength and larger form to try to rip the metal plating off of the door, and
Okay.
then try to kick the door into get
Roll
or rip the
strength.
door off its hinges. I guess. Yeah. Okay, please let. Just give me something good. Does that do it?
Let me see
Do I
what you
do
get.
something?
24. You do not. As you are pulling at the metal that is propped itself against the door, locking it in place. It is not budging. It was a very good pull, and it looks weakened now, as if another good pull could probably definitely do it. But you have not ripped the door free yet. What is?
That's fine.
Yeah. What are the people doing?
Evo calls out as CQ's pulling on this door and says, "CQ, move out of the building. Valerio can." And I don't know his name. Brushstroke. I think I keep saying his actual name. He calls out and says,
Keep doing
"CQ, move out. Brushstroke can make a hole for Nanite to get out on the outside." And then he'd go to. He's gonna stay near the exit hole and wait for others to exit before he does. So I want to, I guess, wait until, because I wanted to make my talking free action, but I don't want to move out until I know who's actually moved out. But I wanted to throw that out there before people
Okay.
do things.
See.
You go on.
Okay, I was gonna say, steers to the door for a second, gives it a punch of frustration before turning, and she's gonna start shedding crystals.
Since you are staggered, you cannot
yeah.
move because you took your
I
one
can-
action.
Okay, she'll turn, and just attempt to kind of move, but stagger forward and rip the wall as a
There's still little jolts of electricity that sort of have harbored themselves in your crystals. Not in I absorb it to be stronger, but rather it is just in me now and it kind of hurts.
Yeah.
kind of way, and you guys see that as she's now having difficulty really moving. What's Valerio doing?
Can he move? Because he's gonna keep trying to
Yes.
get towards his little wall door.
Yes, go ahead.
Like there.
You're just gonna move
I
to the
think-
box? What are you doing?
No, he's gonna go to the wall door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
you,
try to
yeah,
get out
I'm
of the
pretty,
building.
I'm pretty sure you might be able to get out.
Yeah, I mean, you were, like, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could move, like, out about here.
Okay.
But let me move you.
Father.
There
Uh,
a way that I could.
Yeah, what's Al doing?
I'm trying to do the thing that you guys are doing, where you like see the distance whenever
It's,
you like do that arrow, and it's not working. So,
it's the ruler thing.
It's the ruler with like the dot in the center.
oh, I see.
Right below the... Yeah, there you go.
So can I like go to Captain Quartz and then go to pick her up and move her towards the
She
door?
is
I'm very, very big.
incredibly heavy.
No,
She
do
is
not. Just leave.
she is currently 11 feet tall.
Oh, 11 feet. Wow.
I'm a very big.
Bye.
Out of
Alright,
there.
so-
Hi.
yeah, so I was gonna leave.
Okay. Yeah, you dart out the little hole in the wall too. Nanite want to do anything? Anything you think you want to do?
He's gonna put his hands to the door because apparently there has to be some sort of potentially
Mm-hmm.
there might be some system in place, and he's gonna see if he can try to find that.
Okay.
Try to get into it.
Roll technology.
Okay.
Yeah. You do get into it.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
have
it is-
control over the it's similar to the guns. It is being controlled off site, and it is just somebody decided, hey, time to like maximum security these doors.
Can he do anything with the system though?
You could lift it, yeah.
Could he turn off the detonation?
No, you just have control of this door in front of you.
Only the door.
Please let me in.
he's gonna open the door, step back because he heard the bashing.
Yeah, you guys see as the metal slides up from the door and he opens it up. And that's your turn. And
No,
with
sorry,
that,
for Flair. He opens the door, he spots giant CQ, and is like, ah! He like falls.
Door.
her eye is just taking up the door. No,
Yeah.
she's not a fucking T-Rex. As you guys are standing around, the two that are left in the room, the guns kind of whir back to life, give a few, like, the amount of movement they have and aiming is not great, but there's still a little movement as some of them turn a bit to try to better fire at you. So roll dodge, and I'm going to give Ethan +2, because you are, like, pretty tucked into the corner.
I'm rolling dodge as well.
Yes.
I had only taken my free action to talk and wanted to wait until everyone had acted to actually move out to see if Evo would have done something different. Can I still move out?
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. Then yeah, he like when he sees like motion of that door opening and CQ like falling in, he'd like nod and hop out onto that wall outside.
Okay. Yeah,
Sick.
move you.
Oh, sick.
I fucking
ooh.
somersault in. I pull down on the fucking metal sheet and slam it.
Yeah.
Do it. There's like dents in it where the bullet is.
Yeah, you rip the metal sheet off and just fucking, like, tennis racket
me
away
in.
the bullets.
Let me in. Let me in.
Do you go into the room?
It's
Yes.
open.
I'm
Okay.
in.
You go into the room.
Kirby's just staring. He's like, what the?
I'm gonna debuff and start staggering toward which
Towards where?
wall soon. This wall, which I assume is gonna have a hole in it soon.
Okay.
What's the countdown at, by the way?
Just like
Very, very low. So you're going to move over there?
yeah.
You get right there.
I
That's
am-
as far
I'm
as you can
falling
move.
on my hands and knees over here.
What is
Ugh.
Kirby gonna do?
He's gonna walk around over there too. He can make it. He's
Okay. And I assume Valerio is going to make a hole?
Yeah.
Does he?
would.
Okay.
No, he lets us die like rats.
Yeah, he's like, finally we can ditch those two.
So Valerio makes another hole in the wall. Kirby is able to make the distance and would be able to get out of it. Could you back up for a second so I can move?
Yes.
I didn't like that one. And as you guys, Kirby jumps out from the little hole. You guys see CQ kind of hands and knees there. And as you guys are looking at that, the countdown finally goes 3, 2, 1, and the building does explode.
Wow, alright. Get time to roll a character, guys.
Roll, yeah.
Cast force field around CQ.
Yeah, sure. You'd have some quick enough time.
Well,
Right.
if the timer was gonna go down, Kirby would have tried to grab her and yeet her out.
He said that.
You're
There's no
weak,
way.
by the way.
No
You're
way.
-1 strength.
Yeah, you've -1 strength, bud.
Uh, so
Could
hang on.
Could I have also like buffed myself up with the crystalline armor?
No, you can only do one. You're still staggered.
Oh yeah, fuck.
So your action was moving 15 feet. So Immortal Owl is going to throw a little force field around CQ.
Yes.
I would
Okay.
also move back to the building.
That's +5 to your toughness.
Okay. Well, no. That's not how the force field works. We changed it, remember? So roll another. I'll just roll a 1d20 for you, and it would be +5 because your force field is 5. So you guys see as the building behind CQ starts to explode, a few like well-placed C4 similar to the briefcase that they had thrown down before running away from Kings explodes within a few of the weak points. One in the room with her, buried among like these crates and stuff, exploding very close by. The roof starts to tumble around her. The force field does shatter because the DC is much higher than 16. And then I will need CQ to also roll a toughness check as the building is collapsing around you. I'll give you +2 because some of the blast was taken away from the force field at first. Like the initial explosion that was nearby, but now the roof is collapsing. Oof. So that would be... Yeah, okay. The building collapses around CQ. CQ's body, let's say, is hurtled out from the building and kind of tossed into you guys. CQ is currently, I believe, unconscious.
Sounds good. She goes unconscious. Can she mutter, "I'm sorry"?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
God. Do we have to make checks being next to this building, or are we safe since we're outside of it?
No, you're safe. You get like blown back by the blast. You maybe like falling on your ass or hitting the wall behind you, but I wouldn't make you take damage for that.
In reaction, Evo, just again for flavor, would like go into armor form and try to like shield Valerio as much as he can since he's closest.
Oh. If the building does explode, Valerio would just like become art in this wall.
I like the idea that Valerio got pushed back by the explosion, and instead of hitting the wall, just kind of Link or
Collapse into it.
yeah, Link
Then I
just
just
went 2D.
and make a wall in front of his wall. Yeah, I guess the building's just tumbling down in front of us now.
Yeah, the building has collapsed inwards on itself and is destroyed.
Evo,
The Immortal Owl would just kind of have his hand on the letter, just like.
Let's see.
can I make an initial perception check just to see if I hear anything after all the crazy loudness?
Tell me what you think you're looking for specifically.
Just like sudden police sirens or like cars, just
Okay.
yeah.
No. As soon as the building finishes collapsing, you hear maybe like some soft fire inside, as maybe like some of the boxes or wood that made up the building is now aflame. But it doesn't sound like anyone else is really around to be reacting to that.
Okay, Eva would nod. and I'll shift to like combat form, buff out, try to pick up CQ. How heavy is CQ in base form? Can I lift CQ?
I would think so, Tessa.
Yeah, probably. How much does she weigh? 1 second.
Like, she's heavier, but she isn't like.
She's 175.
Okay.
She's not crazy heavy.
Okay. I've got 4 strength. I can probably lift that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll pick up CQ, and Evo would just say, let's move away from the building. And start to move away.
Meanwhile, Kirby's gonna call the fire department.
Okay.
I'll move up towards this alley, I guess.
It's very far away. There's a street right down here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, this map is like real big. I forgot there was a whole other half to it.
This is. How big is this map? Because now you guys you've been commenting on it a lot, so now I'm gonna look how big this map is.
I mean, I'm just still not used to how big these maps are gonna be. Like we're fresh in this session.
That's fair. Good.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
Are you guys? I mean, Kai did say BRB, so we could just kind of sit and wait for a minute. He did it in the chat.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't catch that. It was around. It was between rolls.
Kirby's gonna.
We're
go
waiting
check-
for Kai.
I know. I was just gonna say while we wait. He's gonna see if there was a gun in.
Oh yeah, there would have been a gun that had come out of the barrel. The gun would be out now, and it was like facing. What would it be? Yeah, it'd be facing like this way. This wall is just kind of peppered with bullet holes. Or well, I mean, it's exploded now, but you can imagine.
Chain link fence has a few broken links.
Yeah.
God.
So, Tess, have you started thinking of that second character yet?
Yeah, you know, I think I'll play Rat.
Oh no!
It'll just be.
Well, this time you can go full Chuffy.
Yeah, exactly. It'll just be all Chuffy, but with none of the actual benefits. It'll just be like a rat human mutant.
I have a question.
Yes, Jim.
What benefits?
I said, you. Fuck. The hot bod.
No.
The silky smooth voice.
No.
God.
The conversation skills.
Really
God.
just lying.
Lying to me,
Really,
bastard.
really like the amazing collection.
Lying to me.
The teeth, the amazing accessorizing.
I don't like
God.
Anyone have some hot, honest truths for us while Tessa spews lies into our ears?
CQ didn't deserve this.
it. I blame
That's true.
Nanite.
What?
You went into a different room.
Sorry for investigating.
No, it's okay. It's just you went into a different room, and for that, you've been taught why you should never do that
Honestly,
again.
if he was in the other room, it would have been worse because water and like shocks are his weakness. So
Yeah,
true.
we would have got him.
It would have been a not great time for him.
Yeah, he would have died, and then CQ would have been caught in the explosion trying to carry him out. But he's just so heavy. Powerlifting, no.
I actually have a second character just in case.
God.
I'm back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
So Evo dragged the carried. Dragged makes it sound so much like more sinister or something. He carried like fireman style, the unconscious CQ, down the hallway into the street, saying, "You guys should maybe go there to talk instead of, there." You guys follow.
As they're all immediately coming out, Eva would look around and just ask, like, you know, is everyone feeling all right? Are we all good, at least?
CQ gives an unconscious thumbs up.
I'm trying to make sure no one else is, like, bleeding out that I don't know about.
Valeria would nod his head, but he's fine. He wouldn't say anything, though.
Yeah, the immortal owl would also just nod, looking kind of shaken up.
It's at
Okay.
140.
Eva would look at Nanite and ask, while you were in there, did you feel anything? Did you get any reads?
It was off-site. They were getting controlled off-site.
You wouldn't be able to tell like where that location was, would you?
He shakes his head.
Okay.
He shakes his head casually.
Haha.
Why you added that?
I'll set CQ down against the wall. Let her sit up, and I'll shift back to mobile form.
Mhm.
And he says, I'm gonna go check the parking lot to see if that van is still okay. It's probably not, but if it is, maybe it'll have some clues for us. And if nobody stops him, he'd move to do that.
Kirby kind of watches him like walk, or he's like, or we could check the.
He stops and turns around and looks to Immortal Owl.
Someone help. Okay. He would basically kind of. Yeah, because I kept hitting the unmute button, it just kept like going mute, unmute. And I was like, holy shit.
Someone help.
Okay. Right.
What?
You just asked about the letter, right?
Oh, the letter.
Are you checking the letter?
He basically he kind of already has his hand on it, and he would immediately just. Did you guys bring it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so he already had his hand on it because he knew that he kind of just caused all that trouble over it, and he kind of just pulls it out and he's like, I don't want to open it, and he would just like hold it out to whoever would want to take it.
Eva will take it. I'm expecting it to be like a prank letter, like haha, got you. Eva will take it and open it and look inside.
There's a folded up piece of paper inside. You take it out, unfold it. It is a blank piece of paper.
Eva nods and he's like, yeah, I thought that might be the case.
That means that we need to go back to the cherry pit, but this time we're looking for answers there.
Again, I feel like hold on, he's gonna fold it up. He's gonna offer the envelope back to Immortal Owl.
He has a blank envelope.
Yeah, I know.
Take the piece of paper and crumple it up and throw it.
Throw it back in Evo's face.
Evo.
I did not say that.
Also, I don't have pockets. That's just but you can see I'm all skin. But yeah, he offers the stuff back and he's like, again, I'm gonna go check the van, see if it's still there, if it was destroyed, see if I can find anything out there. Let's see what leads we can pick up from the remains of the building if we can. And then again, he'll start moving off unless someone stops him, like darting off through the air if he can.
Larry,
Immortal, he'd be like very seemingly like, and I don't know, he's just really wanting to go back to the cherry pit to confront Madame Holly and how she like kind of led them off into this trap.
So you're checking the van?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the parking lot, see what's different out here, or if anything is different. The van could have been untouched, but I kind of doubt it.
The van from the explosion would have been kind of like tousled onto its side. Windows like broken. It looks. I mean, it wasn't destroyed in the explosion, but it looks like hurt, I guess.
Yeah.
Just from being close to the building when it did explode.
Okay. Let's see. It's not on fire.
It's not on fire now.
Okay, cool. I don't want this car blowing up in my face and killing me instantly.
What is this, GTA?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. They'll shift back to combat form and see, unless the doors are knocked loose. I assume this van has doors on the back or on the side.
The doors would have been knocked
Open
loose,
my
yeah.
way in. Okay, cool. I'll still be in combat form, because why not? But he'll take a look inside.
Okay. Yeah, you open it up inside. It is, supremely clean. As if this was, like, they just bought it and never really used it. It was just cleaned out completely.
Those little fuckers.
Let's see.
By the way, because CQ does have like regeneration, as CQ is like sitting here leaning against the wall, slowly over time, the bits of crystals that were like dinged up and blasted and shit would have like grown back in their place, and she would be able to come back to consciousness.
Thank
Kirby's
God.
gonna be like looking over. He's like kneeling beside her and watching the regen. He's like, what?
Sick. When CQ blinks her eyes open, she immediately starts looking around.
So, are people okay? Am I all right? Are we dead? Did we make it out? Is everything all right? Did we win?
Yes, you're dead. We're all in heaven.
You're joking.
Yes,
Right.
I am. He kind of he like casually laughs.
This
No one
this
else is
van's
hurt.
What?
I was just gonna ask. The van's on its side, but I did want to see if I could check the front of the van too, just in case.
Yeah, you could like crawl on top of the van, the side that is now like the roof, and check inside. It is also
Don't know where
like
I got
equally
to.
stripped clean.
Yeah, he was kind of like walking to see what Eva was doing.
Yeah, when Evo checks the front and it's clear, he'd climb off the van, turn around, and move towards Immortal Owl, just shaking his head. When they meet in the middle of the parking lot, hey, how's CQ holding up?
Pretty
Oh,
sure she just woke up.
All right, that's good.
Is there nothing in the van?
No, the van's been wiped clean. It's like they just bought it.
This was completely a dead end. We were led to a dead end.
I'm
But he was just
concerned.
sitting down and leaning, like his back's leaning against the building.
I feel. Speaking of, if this is Roble, can we see in this room now? Or like, I mean, it's not like it's gonna be super accurate, but
No, the building it's sort of caved
Oh,
inward,
okay.
so it's all rubble.
okay. It's a shame. We're never gonna get to see that. Yeah, Evo will sort of, he'll give a little nod to what Immortal Owl said and thought, and then go to Immortal Owl and ask, hey, you all right?
I'm just stressed out. A part of me really wants to go back there. She has to know something, or else she wouldn't have led us to a dead end.
Part of me agrees with you, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's meet back with the others and see if we can figure anything out.
Would just nod and walk beside you.
As you guys turn to start walking towards the other group, you hear
okay.
from behind you, kind of a little ways away, one of these payphones on the sidewalk start ringing.
Oh.
Those are payphones.
When that happens, my little spike ear twitches a bit, and I'll mobile form out and try to, I'll look over and then just start darting through the air to try to airburst over
You would-
the phone.
Immortal Owl would kind of fly behind you.
It's a race.
Yeah. I mean, Immortal Owl's kind of gonna let you answer it, but he wants to know what the...
Oh yeah.
Also, if it was a race, Immortal Owl would get there first for sure.
Oh, it's the return of the voice.
Epic and cool.
Oh no, you're good. You're good now.
Sister's moving out next weekend. Gonna be great.
It's fun.
Love her family, but also gonna really enjoy having more internet to actually use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll pick up the phone if it's still ringing.
Okay.
I hope it's still ringing.
By the way, you three over there would also hear the ring.
Yeah, Valeria would let those two go.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kirby's just kind of sitting by CQ.
Okay.
keeping her-
So you pick up the phone, and you hear a voice. Oh, I just bumped my table. You hear a voice on the other side say, "Tell your friends to gather around and hold the phone up for them to hear. I'll be speaking loud and clear.
Oh, what was the last part?
I'll be speaking loud and clear."
Evo sort of waits a second, and then he looks to Immortal Owl to and just says, "Hey, get the others."
The immortal owl would nod before like flying over, very, very fucking fast with super owl stealth speed.
Super owl stealth speed.
Yeah, owls. If you did not know this about owls, they
Those
are the
eagles.
stealthiest flyers of all of the different kinds of birds in the animal kingdom. Whenever they actually did a test where they had like all types of birds fly while they had a microphone record, and you cannot fucking hear owls.
Owl
Stealth
facts.
specifically to
Owl
his flight.
fact.
Yeah. Whale fact.
There it is.
So he flies over and he's basically like, guys, we all need to gather around.
All
Now-
right. Yeah,
Let me just wordlessly stand up
I
and start
heard.
walking over.
Fly.
CQ
Well-
shambling her way over.
Since it takes a minute for everyone to come over, Eva would ask, not expecting much of an answer, but just ask, "Hey, who are you?"
I'm waiting till they're there.
Kirby would help CQ walk over.
And as everyone comes over, he looks around to them, looks back to the phone, and says, "All right, everyone's here. What do you want?"
I can see that. I'm the man whose plans you just ruined. But don't worry, I might sound mad, I'm not. Everyone makes mistakes. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm speaking to Captain Quartz, Evo, Nanite, Brushstroke, and the Immortal Owl, yeah?
Eva looks around to the group, and he's like, "Yeah, you got us."
Does anyone else say anything?
No.
Nope. Valerio's just listening.
I'm sure it's confusing as to how I know the names, but a friend in blue let me know. You see, I've got eyes and ears everywhere in this city. In our short time together, I've done my best to learn as much about you all as I can. For example, Captain Quartz. I can tell you're a durable sort of pest, with that crystalline armor you wear. What I can't figure out, however, is if it's a suit, something you grow from your skin, or just some sort of or if you're just some sort of freakish golem from a children's book. I suppose time will tell. What I do know for certain is that you're quite the heavy... Oh yeah, go on.
CQ visibly deflates.
What I know for certain is that you're quite the heavy-hitting tank. You do seem to have a brain in there, though, which sets you apart from most heroes that are capable of lifting a boulder. Also makes you more of a threat than those heroes. Evo. A strange case, for sure. I can tell your abilities are quite spread out among a few categories, making you difficult to properly predict. Whether you've spread yourself too thin and will fail to deliver in any of these categories, however, remains to be seen. Here's hoping.
As we were talking about the electricity.
Yeah, he mentioned that it does not seem like you take electricity well, and that he will be keeping that in mind. And then he pauses. I'm gonna pause after these for any comment from the character that I am talking about, by the way.
Eva would just say, "Astute observation."
Thank you. Nanite, you've kept me thinking the longest, maybe? From your attire alone, I'm able to predict you have some sort of high-tech aesthetic, so I assumed you'd be a gadgeteer. A Pee-wee version of Iron Bastion, if you will. However, the pieces clicked into place eventually. You got my turret from me, and you got one of the doors from me. You can control technology in some fashion? How is that? Are you a machine yourself? Do you control electricity, or something else? I'll find out.
he just kind of laughs and says, "Good luck."
And Brushstroke, you were by far the easiest. All it took was a simple Google search of the name. A hero of sorts in the past, though mostly in name only. An overblown marketing tool is maybe more appropriate. Many assumed you to be dead after what happened, but I suppose you saw it fitting to make a comeback? Lucky for me,
You hear
however...
yourself talk, don't you?
I
shit.
like a lot more the idea that you do interrupt me to say that. He pauses and then just moves on. And lastly, the Immortal Owl. Another strange one. Magical heroes are always the most irritating, as there's absolutely no way to predict what they can do. It seems like there's a spell for everything these days. I did get a good look at some of your abilities. It doesn't seem like you'll be much of a trouble for me. Just a few blasts of energy, some force fields. Okay.
He would basically just like lean into where the phone is at and just say, "You've only seen a slice of what I can do."
You say that and you hear the immortal owl in your head go, "Yes, give it to him." The man on the other side of the phone then pauses, kind of letting the info he has settle, and leave the space open for any comments.
Evo would bring the phone back up after Immortal Owl's comment and the brief pause and would say, all right, so you've done your homework on some newer heroes and one older one, but why call us?
Because I wanted to lay it out for you pretty simply. I want something, you can give it to me, and this can be the end of it. All I want is for you all to fade away. If I ever hear your names come up in my business again, this info I have now will just be the tip of the fucking iceberg on what I will dig up about you. Secret identities are nothing but momentary roadblocks to me. I am this city. Whether it takes weeks, months, or years, I will find out who you are and who in this world matters to you, and I will use that info to make it very clear to you that you should have never meddled in my business. You should have never dreamed of being a hero. If you decide this is enough and never bother me again, I will not pursue you at all. As I said, everyone makes mistakes, and I'm not against second chances. If you decide to continue being a pain in my side, I will make you regret it. Are we clear?
Evo would initially look around to everyone to see their reactions to his threats on secret identities.
Can Kirby hack into the phone?
Even kind of, the Immortal Owl is just like lost in space, kind of like he's thinking in his head. You wouldn't know, but he's just thinking about kind of like Vanya and like the friends that he's made since he's moved here.
Mm-hmm.
CQ has turned around and looks visibly nauseated.
Mm-hmm. What about Brushstroke?
Well, you can't really see his expression behind his mask. He's unfazed.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Brushstroke's fucking fun.
And Nanite's trying to hack the phone.
Yeah.
Just rolls real quick tech.
Okay.
I assume you're trying to, like, trace the call.
He's just trying to hack into it and, yeah, trace the call. And just in case if this guy gets on his nerves, he was going to hang up at one point.
Don't hang up.
Hey, you can't tell him what to do. Yeah, you hack into the phone. Do you want to trace the call?
Yeah.
It is coming from the phone booth next to you.
He's going to hack into that one.
Let's just say you do. It's coming from the phone booth to the left.
And he tries to hack that one.
It's coming from the phone booth to the right. This is okay. So as Nanite is just chasing over and over the same circle, what does Evo do?
Evo looks around to the others and would, after observing all of that, ask. He would just say, "It's okay if anyone wants to step down from this." And
the Immortal Owl would immediately kind of take the phone and say, "Not with this fucker on the phone. We're not fucking going anywhere." Like directly into the phone.
Yes.
And after that, Evo again, just a brief second looking around, try to see if anyone reacts any differently, especially looking at CQ since she looks so nervous, to see if she maybe wants to dip out of this.
She's not saying anything right now.
Does she look like she wants to dip out of this, or?
She looks terrified.
Evo pulls the phone back up and he says, I can't speak for everyone in this group. Being a hero is difficult. And you know, each person in this group may individually decide that they don't want to do this. But your threats are a two-way street, and I just want you to remember that.
I'll keep that in mind.
And as he's talking, Kirby's gonna hang up the line.
Wait,
Yeah,
right?
he's looking
Oh,
at
no,
his talking, Kirby's gonna cut the line.
I was gonna say right
Like,
after.
Why would you do that?
Like, why?
After Evo said that, I was gonna have Immortal Owl just going, "We're coming for you, asshole." Yeah, if you cut the line.
So you hear, I'll keep that in mind, and the line is cut.
And then Eva would look at it and then look over to Nanite.
You can't see his face. He's just crossing his arms. He's like, "What do you say?"
You
He
could
said
you
he'll
could
keep
hear
that in mind.
you could hear what he said, by the way. Evo was like holding the phone up so everyone could hear.
And he hangs up the phone and crosses his arms and he kind of like leans against the telephone pole, shifts back to base form. He's just kind of thinking, and he looks around to the group and he says, "So, did anyone expect this when they woke up this morning?" I
Valerio
guess
just
not.
looks out in the concrete.
The immortal owl would just like think to his visions in the train and then also in the office and just like think in his head, yes.
Well, that's good. At least you were prepared. And then Evo would kind of move over to CQ. If CQ doesn't like jerk away or seem too nervous, put a reassuring hand on her shoulder and be like, "Are you?"
She would jump a little bit, but 'cause she's obviously clearly tense.
Mhm.
And she's gritting her teeth and saying, "I don't know why I thought I could do this."
Hey, it's okay. All right. Listen, if anybody wants to back out of this, because we came chasing the Skull Gang, but seems like we tapped into something that might have webs all over the city. But if you don't want to get into something as big as this, it is okay to, it's okay if you don't want to get steeped into something like this. And I can see that you're concerned. Do not blame yourself. Any of you, please do not blame yourself for what happened in there.
While
It's
Eva's talking, the immortal owl's kind of like pacing
Mhm.
back and forth, kind of like into the street and then onto the sidewalk, kind of in front of him. But he doesn't seem like as sad as he is like angry.
Nevo sighs and he's like, "Well, I guess we should call the cops and let them know what happened here."
Already done. Said Nanite.
He'd snap and do a little finger gun to Nanite and say, "Cool, thanks."
You can't see his face, but he kind of furrows his brow under his visor.
He looks back to everyone else, puts his fists on his hips, and he says, "Well, I guess that's the job for today. I don't know what you guys plan to do, but, well, this doesn't really change what I was planning on doing since I got here, so I'll keep going about what I was doing." He sort of moves his finger up to his little antenna and messes with it a little bit.
Basically, I will just kind of like put his hand to his forehead and just be like, "Oh, fuck! I gotta feed pal. I can't believe this!" And just like start like running into the street and getting ready for takeoff. Like,
Whoa, ow, hey, just gotta watch as him run.
The owl in your head goes, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I forgot to remind you, please."
One jump.
This was our deal. This was our deal.
I know, but you were doing so good.
Owl, are you all right?
Just seems to be having like an inner battle right now, like yelling. At himself. God, I can't believe I decided to trust you. He's gonna starve to death.
No, he's fine. Dogs don't starve to death that quickly. I know.
Owl.
Into my Chinese food on the puppy.
You already
table.
overfeed pal as is.
This is your fault.
It's not entirely my fault.
Hey, you do it? You okay?
Just like look forward at Evo for a second, just be like, I have to go right now. Like right now. Is everything? Where should we meet next? I have to go.
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but if you need to go, you can.
Okay, wait. Pause for a second. Who did I exchange? Like, I feel like he exchanged.
He gave it to Kirby. His
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So he'd like point to Kirby and be like, he has my information. Just hand it out. I have to go. And he would just do like a major like takeoff into the fucking air and just like fucking zoom.
Yeah.
It like glides back.
The immortal owl takes flight and just flaps into the air, off to feed their pal.
Evo watches him and turns back to the rest of the group.
Blair sitting, his chin, like his mask chin, like in like one hand, just thinking. Doesn't really seem to notice that everyone else is just standing there.
I really forgot about Pal.
Hey, Brushstroke, do you mind if I ask you a question?
He'd slowly turn to look at Evo and then sure.
How long has it been since you've done hero work? Or did you ever really do? I mean, I know you did like dabble a little bit, but
Been a while, not long enough for my taste.
I don't know if I really haven't been following as closely with the news lately as I maybe should be, but have you been active lately? I haven't heard your name lately.
Let's just say I took a well-deserved vacation.
Oh, fair enough.
Leave it at that. You do realize what you've done to me today, yeah?
What I've done to you?
Oh, today has been rough. You realize we've been dragged into a, let's say, war with someone who has enough connections to... This is a mess, and we have no idea what we're up against. The
Yeah.
only thing we know is that they're well-connected and powerful. And y'all seem rather... I will say... careless?
Inept.
No. Not inept. Well, in one way, yes, I guess. But you're rather...
Casual.
You have to realize that this person can see us right now. Like, we're just
Yeah.
in the open.
Yeah.
So I assume he has control of the entire upper city?
With all of this, I've never had to deal with anything like this before. It is probably clear, but I'm relatively new to this. But well, what's done is done. We can't really change what's happened. We can only really affect how we're going to react to it. And well, I'm trying to keep a level head and think about what to do next. Not that I have many options, I guess.
I need time to think about this. Everyone here has
that's
made
fair
decisions that I will say have been rather careless. Me especially. I know I'd gotten dull, but this is pathetic. Frank. Do you two have any thoughts about the fact we've just declared war with what can only be described as a crime boss? He'd look at Captain Quartz and Evo.
Wait, Evo or Nanite?
Nanite and Captain.
Nanite just kind of. I can keep myself hidden. But you guys.
Would you care to describe your thoughts, sir? At all? Anything?
Well.
Good, nothing. No one here has any idea what to do now.
he just kind of raises his.
What did Blair say after? I was.
Oh, he said no one has any idea what to do. Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can tell is trying to, again, try to pick up any small leads we can find to figure out who this guy is. I mean, he's fighting a game to figure out who we are. We kind of have to try to fight back. That not would be in any possibility easy. Well, I mean, we know this guy's out there. If we want to stop what's going on, we do that. But
Okay.
at the same time, it's not like we're forced into this fight. I mean, he definitely
we
threw
are.
a war. He threw a war threat at us, but well, if
I will
you
respond to it. He assumes we are together.
Well, then why
Well-
not we be together? We could learn something from all this.
Learn something from a war that we did not want.
He shrugs
or
again.
are prepared for. You already
If
know about us. We know nothing about. Can we prove anything has been related? We came after the skulls, not some mysterious crime boss.
That is true.
Can I even go home? I mean, what if he starts trying? I don't know what to do.
Well, I'll say one thing, that he has eyes on a lot of places, including apparently here, as he glances around. He can't have eyes absolutely everywhere. If he had eyes absolutely everywhere, he would know who we are.
It would be easy enough for him to deduce who I. If he's half as intelligent as he spoke. But again, I can make bets that maybe he isn't. Very into himself.
Egotistical.
He'd look at Captain Quartz. I will say that you would have to disguise yourself in some way. You're rather noticeable.
I do. I typically don't even leave the house. This was just.
If you
I
do want to go back to that life, I mean, you probably can. He said if you want to dip out, he probably wouldn't chase you. I mean, we can't take his word as 100% fact, but if you feel safer doing that, then
I don't though. I don't like running away. It's that's all I'm for like a solid, I don't know, two something years. I've barely even been keeping track of time. I've been cooping myself up in my room. I've been sitting there hoping that nobody else finds me. I don't want to do this, but I also don't want to go back to that. I don't know what I want right now.
well,
To
I
be
don't want to
perfectly
roll
honest,
over.
To be perfectly honest, this is a man who tried to blow us up, shoot us, and generally try and murder us, and then ask us to believe him. So if I had to trust him at face value, I say he's merely trying to scare us so he can kill us while we're hiding. But that's just me.
Eva
Maybe
would
he is.
look to
Maybe he's a man of his word. Maybe he'll leave you alone if you just go sit in your house. Who knows?
Eva would look to CQ after what she said and ask, well, I have a question. Why did you step out onto the battlefield in front of that coffee shop?
I don't know. My feet moved before I could think.
Well,
She didn't do just that, though.
what do you mean?
She did something in the coffee shop as well that was rather heroic.
Oh, I never was in the coffee shop. I guess
Hey,
you were.
that wasn't Captain Quartz that did that. That was a random civilian wearing a
Yeah,
beanie, glasses.
Yeah, you have very much.
That's true, actually. You did put her in that
You very much.
outfit.
She also mentioned that she was out with a friend having coffee.
Fair. That's fair.
It doesn't take like a brainiac mind to figure that one out.
Eva would lower his voice and move in and be like, what did she do in the coffee shop?
Kirby gestures for her to explain it to.
Are you gonna explain it?
He gestured to you.
Yeah, just for you to explain it.
Oh, he's just.
To CQ.
Oh, she already looks a little too overwhelmed. That much more. You can go for it if you want. She's not really up to doing that. She's thinking very hard right now.
She took a bullet for, I assume, was her friend.
That's a very brave thing to do. Listen, Captain Quartz, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but I figure there must be some part of you that maybe doesn't want to be hunted down by some faceless crime lord and doesn't want to be caught in exploding warehouses and doesn't want to be shot by bullets all day every day. But if there's a part of you that is trying to help people and protect people, stopping this guy would be a good way to do that. Now, granted, again, maybe this is a little too much. I think this is maybe a little much for all of us individually.
Speak for yourself.
But
Kirby kind of chuckles.
What a fucking badass.
I really struck. Holy shit! What a fucking rock for all of us to lean on right now. Holy shit! Continue.
But I know that I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. He wants me to not be a hero anymore, and I can't do that. So I'm just gonna have to take things as they go, I guess, and who knows, maybe I can try to find something to help the police find this guy, or help some bigger heroes, or maybe I'll be able to actually do something. But that's what I want, is to make a difference.
As Evo finishes up talking about making a difference, you guys do hear a distant, it sounds like a fire truck siren coming closer.
Evo would look to the others and would move over and would say, just think really hard before you decide how you're going to tackle this. And if you feel like you can't, just don't make yourself do something you feel like you don't want to do. And he shifts into his mobile form. Yeah, if nobody's gonna stop him, he's gonna
No.
go start.
Kirby kind of gives like a salute off his visor.
Sorry, my sister's abandoning Netflix for Hulu, Amazon, or whatever the hell the other. So I just missed like the last 30 seconds.
I see.
Amazon Prime.
So give me the rundown.
Yeah, Ethan could real quick repeat what he said, like summarize.
Let me try to think of what exactly I said. He was just saying, like, as there are fire trucks coming, he just kind of looked to everyone and said, you know, just think hard about how you want to react to this. If you feel like you want to try to bail out of this, it's completely okay. Just whatever you do, don't make yourself do something that you feel like you can't do or that you don't want to do. Just, you know, be true to yourself. He's gonna try to, you know, move off into the water unless anyone decides to stop him.
But it's just Valera's not going to stop.
Then he's gonna give him a 2-finger salute off his visor.
Seeky's just gonna say,
See you around then?
Before he dives in, he looks over and he says, well, I hope so. And he'll dive off and dolphin jump through the water away to wherever he needs to go.
Captain Court, was it?
Yes.
Regardless of what everyone else has said here, I think you've been unequivocally dragged into this, and that no matter what you do, run or fight, you're not part of it. I'd love to be able to tell you that if you go home and sit in your room, that you'll be left alone. But considering this man literally tried to blow you up, odds are you're
And shoot you.
Thank you. Yes, he also did try to shoot me.
Oh, did he shoot you?
Yeah, no, I got real shot.
Electrocuted
By
too.
proxy.
Electrocuted too. Yeah, it's been a not.
Yeah.
My
It's not a
body.
good day for you.
I guess what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, you can try and hide from this, but it will come for you. I know.
Wow.
wow.
And
Um,
you can either get very good at running, like me, again from experience. I'm pretty good at it. Or you can deal with it. And with a problem like this, dealing with it with friends, he did little finger bunnies stuff, or acquaintances, makes it much easier. So I guess what I'm saying is, it would be much better to face this head on than to hide, because it will come for you, and then you'll be alone, and well, it's a lot harder when you're alone. Good talk. He'd get up.
Experience, brushstroke.
Yes, I
Yeah.
said from experience.
From experience.
Again, good talk. I'll see you guys around. You just
Yeah.
start walking away.
Nanite kind of extends his hand. He's like, wait a minute.
What?
How can we get in contact with you if we need it?
I'll find you.
That's not
Okay.
Do you want my phone number?
Yeah.
You.
Are you serious? Oh. Okay, you know what? You know that coffee shop you were at earlier?
Yes.
Like that one that got hit by a truck?
Yeah.
I will leave a burner phone on like a table somewhere. You can grab that. I'm not gonna give you my phone number.
He nods. He's like, I guess that's all I expected.
Oh, walks away.
He's really cool.
Okay,
Man, I
hang
just
on. Pause. Evo is like, hey, I'm not gonna stop being here because being a hero is really important to me, and I don't think you guys should be scared off of being heroes either. Heroes, fight, and gave like a good heroic speech. Valerio brushstroke turns around and goes, "You can't run from it. It will come from you. It will find you, and you will have to deal with it." And then walks away. Siki's like, "Yeah, that was the cool one. That's the one that I want to idol myself."
It's an angry smile.
Well, all right, cool.
It's okay. Evo will fade into the background.
Yeah, cool. I was just making a fun comment. All right, that's fine.
Nanite just kind of has his hands to his
Alright,
visor.
Valerio
just kind
realizes
of
that he's
chuckling.
walking away. This isn't the way to his house, and he's like,
He's just trying desperately to not be seen. Come on, wall art, just try to hide from them.
he goes this way,
We can still see you.
jogs off.
Nanite turns to CQ and he's like, "What are you gonna do?"
Well, I do have to talk to my friend and try to explain exactly why I suddenly disappeared in the middle of a big gunfight.
You got it.
Go
easy.
home and oh yeah, thanks.
No. I'm gonna be in trouble for not being where I'm supposed to be.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Wow, none of them really gave them, did they?
None of them
Like
what,
it-
sorry?
None of them really gave us any way to contact them, did they?
Yeah.
You definitely have ways to contact everyone that just left, except
He's
for
cool.
I guess Brushstroke. But
Yeah, I thought you were talking to me.
no.
I know how to contact both. I have both Evo and the Immortal Owl's numbers.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good at least. Did you want mine?
If you're comfortable giving it.
I mean, there's a man who just threatened to expose my entire identity and come after the people I love after trying to explode me, so I'm not really worried about you.
Okay, if that's the case, then yes, I would like your number.
She just gives it to him.
She noticed he doesn't like pull out a phone or anything.
God.
that evolution booty.
That evolved booty.
That evolved booty.
So...
He's like, well, if anything comes up, we'll get in contact with you.
Right. You're probably gonna have to text me for
Yeah,
contact. Yeah.
of course.
Oh,
No, you go first.
No,
So-
it's okay. You can go.
I insist. Go first.
No, I was just going to
God, these two nerds.
Man, you broke me. Fuck you. I was trying to keep a straight face. I was just going to start leaving, but you probably have something else. I'm fine with sitting.
Well,
No,
I was more worried about you.
Worried about me.
Yes.
I
Do
will.
you need a place to stay? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think so for now. I'll just. Well, I'm actually. Could you give me a version of that disguise you gave me earlier? I have
I hate you, Ethan. Oh.
Everything I say, I rip your attention away from your
Yeah,
audience.
it
Sorry.
sucks.
If I get within a certain, it'll just turn into nanobots. That it doesn't work like that.
Well, I'll just, well, no, because it's not gonna go well. I'm planning this out today.
He kind of sighs and he lowers his head. He's like, I can knock you within a couple blocks of your place if you want.
That would actually be nice.
Yeah.
If you would, yeah.
I can do that. Let's just get out of here, because, eyes everywhere.
Yeah. Eyes everywhere.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. So I did write little session finisher things.
Okay, do it.
I have to edit Michael's now because Kirby isn't there to be in the elevator ride up, which is a real shame.
Yeah, ain't that he's just.
We were gonna have some real fucking nice elevator Nanvo scenes, but
No,
that's
he's gonna. After he drops CQ off, he is gonna go back.
Well, yeah, it's just that Michael would get there much sooner.
That's fine. He'll.
Elevator,
gonna
but
stop
we'll,
at
listen,
my-
we're speed running this. We're gonna not have a scene in the elevator. We're jump starting to the
Let me click out of that, and I'll put on some
You can't take the heat out of the kitchen.
put on some Michael music.
You can take the what out of the kitchen?
So I'm an idiot and forgot to unmute on OBS at some point, making it so Michael's entire section here just kind of went without my narration, which was sort of weird and awkward to listen to, so I'm just going to summarize it real quick. Michael got home late as the events of the day went until past midnight. Michael is no stranger to staying up late, but what he spent the day doing had worn him out, and he was excited to head to bed soon. Before doing so, however, he got on his phone and saw some notifications. Michael's been eager to become a well-known hero and wanted to know about any bit of fame he may get at any moment, and because of that, he set up Twitter to notify him when the word Evo was used in a tweet. What he saw was a collection of tweets made after the local New Avalon News reported on what happened in Kings, and the heroes who were there to help. The tweets say stuff like, "Man, that new Evo guy is a pretty cool suit. I wonder where he got it." It's great to see some new heroes, like Evo or that Captain Quartz, helping out people in Kings. God knows the round table's too busy for us. And Evo? We stan. None of the tweets have gotten a lot of attention, a few stray likes, maybe a retweet, as they were made by regular people and not like celebrities. However, it's still some acknowledgement in the first place, more than Michael had been getting before. He's only been here a short time, people are already talking about Michael, or more specifically, Evo. And then after that we had Kirby come in because Will wanted to have a conversation between the two, Kirby and Michael, so we did that real quick, and we're kind of jumped back in the middle of that. I don't remember what was talked before this moment, so oh well.
Maybe. It was just a surprise to see you pull that out, and you sort of stare at it for a second, and he seems apprehensive, but he is staring at the gun.
He's not pointing it at him. He's like.
No, I know he's staring at it like he's interested, but he's still like apprehensive.
Kirby kind of raises a brow. He's like, I can do some tests on it and get back to you later.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be difficult. I mean, he sort of moved over and go to like look at it. He's not
offered
gonna.
it to him.
Yeah, he's gonna like sort of look at it, and he's not really gonna move to touch it. But he looks over it. He sort of eyes the blue glow. He eyes if there's like an insignia on it.
Yeah, there
for
would be.
art tech.
This is art tech,
Yeah, I know. This is a big deal. I mean, this is something that, well, probably wasn't produced by Iron Bastion, but like, under his. I mean, this is his design. This is incredible
One
stuff.
guy had the same kind of gun. It was pretty high tech. I couldn't get into it. I wish I could. Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
would have been great.
I don't know if they were all the same model as this, but they all, they seem to be from the same line of guns. This is. I mean, I've sort of seen stuff like this before. I mean, obviously, but like, he sort of shakes his head and sits back down. He's like, I can't believe I've gotten to see that in person.
Kirby puts it back in his hoodie pocket.
Yeah, I guess if you're able to get any information from that, let me know. But so we don't. Do we know the identities of anyone else that we were with today?
CQ. I don't know her name, but I know what she looks like when she's. He raises his hands and uses air quotes. Disguise.
Well, I don't know. If you did know any names, I wouldn't ask you to tell me them. But it is interesting. I didn't expect my identity to get out this quickly.
Oh, suck it up. It could be worse. It could be some random person. At least it's your housemate.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad it was you and not, one of the criminals. I mean, having anyone in our group know my identity before anyone outside the group is a thing, but I don't know, I'm still at the Cherry Pit. Now the madam of the Cherry Pit has my name and is...
Oh yeah, you're indebted to her, aren't you?
Yeah, but not only that, now she gave me that information, and then in the same night the building explodes, and well, who knows how the news is going to deal with that. I mean, obviously they don't have my name, but she does.
Why'd you use your real name?
I'm not quick to lie, and I don't mean that in a, oh, lying is wrong. I don't know. I just usually compelled to tell the truth, and also couldn't have come up with a real sounding name on the fly. Plus, based on the fact that she's an information broker, I'm sure she would have been able to tell through, any lies that I tried to give her. I figured it was the safest path in terms of dealing with her, but I am worried that it's going to come back and bite me later.
He nods and just kind of stands up and stretches. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna head to bed because I got work in the morning and I gotta make up a lie. Well, not a lie. I could just say I was held by police because of the cafe shooting.
Yeah, I hope that goes well for you.
Yeah, I was sent to get coffee for my new co-boss. I'd call her. Oh man, she is. I deleted her phone because she's so mean. I deleted her phone. He smiles at Michael.
What a fucking.
I deleted her phone because she's mean.
Oh.
I guess I won't ask. I don't have any place to say this, but be careful how you use your powers. I have no place to say that, but just keep it in mind, just in case.
He just kind of chuckles. He nods and is like, I suppose, but we'll see. I'm very covert when it comes to at least my powers.
You should roll deception for that.
God, please.
Are you actually making me roll?
No, it's fine because I want to get this scene moving, but...
He just smiles through his teeth at Michael.
Yeah, Michael gives an unsure nod, and he's like, well, after a second of Kirby standing there, he'll stand up and, move along to walk him out. He's like, I mean, I hope you have a good rest of the night. If anyone contacts you, I guess, come let me know in here. I don't know. I might try to meet with the owl since.
Oh, Michael's phone would buzz again.
Oh, he checks it.
It's CQ's phone number.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know. I might try to meet up with them to talk about things. I want to check up on how everyone is probably tomorrow or after. I also need to check on that paper I was writing.
Okay, well, good luck on that. If you need anything, text me. He kind of pauses. Stop by my work sometime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. He thinks for a second. He's like, I have no idea where he works, but he just kind of thinks on that for a second as Kirby goes to the door.
Alright. Kirby leaves
Opens
Michael's
the door
room,
and heads home.
would head to his room. I do have a specific Kirby scene, but I'm gonna skip it for now and get back to it so I can do Chloe's scene real quick, because she said she'd have to leave soon.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good. So let me move
Absolutely,
over
that's understandable.
to Chloe.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
That is a weird room.
Okay,
This
so
is
should
easy.
I leave your room?
Alright, there we go. Jay returns home to, this is the, like, you probably took the elevator. I forgot to put stairs. There's supposed to be stairs over here, and I just realized I forgot to put them. You're in a white box. The room below you is your room. I just, again, wanted to put you out here so you could have this area, in, like, your fog of war memory thing. And then, boop.
Alright, cool.
Jay returns
Nice.
home to his still barely unpacked little condo, seeing Pal sleeping in his dog bed, apparently unable to stay awake for his master's return home. Kind of just, I mean, it is pretty late. Dog's asleep. Shit, I forgot to put dog there. Hang on. He's just off the map. There he is.
He's a
Go,
terrier.
He's a little terrier.
Boy. Hello, boy. I'm sorry. I was gone for so long.
Yeah, Pal wakes up from being asleep and would then just kind of start, like, following you around. being a happy little dog.
He'd give him some head pats and like walk into the kitchen to get his food. Pull it out and put it in a.
And this was like hours ago too, compared to the other things.
This is in the future. We're back to the future.
Yeah, who cares too much about time?
You put the food down basically on the in a little bowl and just give him a little another head pat. Just be like, sorry, I was gone all day, boy.
Dog seems happy. Didn't starve to death.
What's the dog's name?
Pal.
Pal will remember that.
Pal will remember that. As you're fixing up the dog's food, the immortal owl appears kind of over here near the couch, wringing. He looks worried, kind of anxious, wringing his little feathered hands together. And he's just kind of looking at you right now, like expectantly.
Yeah, Jai would kind of look back at him and then look to Pal like finishing up his food and be like, I'm actually feeding him right now. Otherwise, I would not continue helping.
I'm sorry. I am usually much better at remembering things. I just got caught up in the moment.
This just seems way bigger than it seemed whenever it started out. I mean, at first it was just a coffee shop, but then apparently it was multiple places at once, and then it was. I mean, we've gone to so many leads that have led us nowhere. I mean, I don't even know where to begin on where they've gotten the guns or traps, or whether or not Madame Holly even knew what she was sending us into, or if she was actually trying to help us. He would basically kind of like start pacing as he's talking.
The mortal owl like kind of flaps up a bit and perches on the edge of the couch, like the back of the couch, wringing his hands together. He looks very worried.
And I didn't even get any of their contact information. I just gave mine out, which I guess that was probably dumb. I mean, it's my own cell phone number. I'm not being smart enough about this. I didn't know how smart I had to be until I heard the phone call. And then now that I have that, I mean, what do I do? Do I get like a burner phone? What am I, a drug dealer now?
You're not a drug dealer. He says that like happily, thinking like, oh, I know exactly what to say. This is how I'll regain ground.
I mean, I've got a dog. Do I have to protect Pal?
I mean,
Lucky, I don't really have any family.
yeah,
I mean, there is the practice, but there's always none. He just basically seems like he's like thinking over his whole life plan. Like risky.
Do you regret it?
I helped a lot of people today. There were a lot of people on the street and in the different buildings. I mean,
You did throw a bomb into the
there's-
ocean.
I did. God, that was so fucking cool.
It was very cool.
Down for a second.
He sits in the dog bed?
Oh wait, I forgot this is
No, that's okay. You can sit in the dog bed.
dog head. Fucking A.
I thought you were the immortal owl, not the immortal terrier.
Kyle
He
looks
just-
jealous.
No. I'm gonna have him. He's gonna walk into the kitchen. Is this my fridge or is this a stove? What is
That's a fridge, yeah.
my fridge? And pull out a beer and sit down at my table.
Cracking open a cold one with the boy.
Exactly.
For
Um,
for what it's worth, I think you did very good.
I just feel like I didn't do enough. And I mean, I was the one that triggered all the alarms. I couldn't just not touch the letter. I didn't see anything connected to the table. I mean, means that eyes had to have been honest the entire time.
Mhm. This song is so like unfitting to the mood.
I can't hear it. I want to.
Oh, you can't hear it? Try refreshing real quick.
Is it my Sonic?
Yeah, it's J.U.'s
Yeah.
theme.
I forget. So.
It's very sweet. It's very
I
good.
can't wait till you guys hear Kirby's. It's
This is the
great.
sweetest panic attack.
Like, I still can't hear it, but okay,
Okay.
there we go.
Oh, okay, you can't. There you go.
Alright. He basically like pull out his phone and look at it. He'd kind of do what Evo was doing, where he just kind of like looks through his feed to see if he was kind of anyone was posting about a weird fucking owl.
Yeah, there are definitely people talking about the Immortal Owl. Kind of word getting out from your name from like the local news. People saying like, "Damn, is this thing like a bird actually, or is it a suit? What's happening?" And just kind of like theory crafting as to what the fuck the Immortal Owl is.
He would just like kind of put his phone down and like groan and just go, ah.
You created a monster. We really want to know. Media.
Do you think you'll do it again?
I'm pretty positive I will. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any backing out at this point. They have my name. There's really no telling if they're going to seek me out. Again,
You're saying like I have to because like they might find me and I might as well stick to the fight now. I'm this far into it. He stopped listening after I guess I will. And he just his eyes are like lighting up, and he's just excellent. This is excellent.
Bird dead.
The Immortal Owl's real good.
He
that's
flaps his
fine.
wings and then lands on the table and just kind of like hunches over, his head like bobbing down towards you. He's still like very tall, so he's like really fucking lurching. And his face is just very close to yours, and he goes, "I'm very, very happy, Jay. Thank you for giving this a chance."
don't be thanking me yet. I mean, this could end up killing us both, and then we'll have to spend couple days in the ground together. Just me, you, and our. I mean,
That sounds
we'll
like a
both
delight
die
to
if
me.
this doesn't work.
Not the dying part,
I
but the
mean,
being
it
together
sets
part.
Up to if I die, someone feeds Pal for a couple days.
They have dog sitters, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I need it to be set for whenever I die, and I need them to not take them, you know, because I'm.
You could
God.
tell
He
one of
just like takes another sip of his beer and like thinks about being in the ground again.
the Immortal Owl, kind of still too hopped up on the fact that you've said you will continue to be a hero. Just kind of hops off the table and just goes, I'll leave you to your thoughts, Ju. I know you enjoy.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I know you enjoy silence, particularly silence involving me not talking. So I will give that to you, Ju.
Thanks.
As you say thanks, he just blinks out.
He would just like sigh and like finish the rest of his beer and get up and walk into his room ready to pass out.
Okay. I'm gonna take you to your room so you can see it. But,
Yeah, I want to see it.
it's at the end of the hallway at the left.
All right. Yeah, what's up?
Ooh. There's a lot. Nice little place.
It's a nice
Yeah, it
little
is
place.
cozy.
That's the bathroom. I'll let you in the bathroom if you want.
Gotta take a mad piss.
After that beer. Boop.
Yeah. Going right through.
I'll just move you to your room. There you go.
Cozy. Very
Very
cabinets.
nice place.
Second
I'm
dog
sorry.
bed. Or second person seat.
Yes, I will sit in this comfortable lounge.
And Ju goes to sleep in the dog bed.
I also
let's-
just want to emphasize on my immortality thing to everyone. Yeah,
Okay.
if Ju dies, he'll just come back to life
Yeah,
in like
We
2
don't
days.
know that though.
you don't know that, but it is like a
The
week or
immortal
something.
owl. He's literally the immortal owl.
I thought the
God.
owl lives, not Ju.
Where Ju lives. Ju is
It's a
the owl.
great idea. Yeah, Ju. It's like okay.
That's good for Ju.
Is the owl, so he will live on, but the other half of me is like, oh, it'd be fucking cool if he takes on a new form.
Yeah, like the
Doctor
owl jumps
Who.
from person to person.
No,
Uh,
I think have Ju to play them.
Hey guys, I'm the asshole immortal owl. What's up?
Ju, right before bed, looks at his phone and sighs as he sees that none of his new superhero friends texted him, so he
You got a
doesn't.
ding from Kirby.
That's so fucking bold of you to assume.
I like waited during the
Also,
whole time
it's
for
like-
one of you bros to text me, and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have any.
No.
You
doctors.
got many of us left.
Kirby would have
Want
sent
me to
No,
stay
it's too late, Will.
God damn
God,
it.
it's too late. We all just ignored Ju, our good
Fuck
friends.
Ju.
Alright, time for
Fuck
the
you,
Kirby
yeah.
scene we all
I'm
got.
sorry though, because I do have to go.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you for
Oh,
being
I'm
here.
going to talk to you guys about what happened after my scene because
Okay.
I want to know
Okay.
about all your little like things home, and then I do want to do like some sort of role play in the chat or something.
I'll definitely message
we
you
need
about
a superhero group chat.
Do you need a
Yeah.
Yeah,
superhero
they're just
chat?
texting each other.
Superhero Discord.
Superhero.
Tess, you ready to see Kirby's play?
I'm already getting angry because everybody's place is nicer.
It's true.
Ah, here's my music.
Um, Let me see.
I'm happy that this is on that me and Kirby live together because during Kirby's scene I was able to move Michael onto his couch.
Alright, here's Kirby's place, boys.
Alright, let's go, boys. Where oh he's all the way over here, damn.
Yep.
I didn't even see the end of the hallway.
Oh.
Dako, do me a favor, move me into the bathroom for a second. I want to check something. Alright, move me up.
There's no pizza box in the bathtub.
Yeah, I was making sure.
Beam
me up.
And then he goes to the fridge to get a thing of pizza, a cold pizza.
Fucking animal.
Cold pizza rules.
No, I know, but fucking animal because look at his surroundings.
Yeah. He pulls up his texts to see if his boss or anyone contacted him.
Not currently.
Alright. He writes up a little apology thing and explains they held him in the police station the whole day. Sends that
And as your thumb is hovering over the send button, you do get your phone starts ringing. You're getting called.
Kirby checks to see if he knows the number.
You do not.
Kirby answers.
There. Well, what do you say? Anything once you answer?
Hello?
Are you an idiot, Langfield? And it is Helen's voice on the other side of the phone.
Hey Helen, how you doing?
Not great is the answer. Are you stupid? What was any of that today?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
I got held at the station. I forget the coffee shop I went to.
You
By the way,
told me
here.
you were getting taken down to the station to answer some things at 10. Like about 10.
They held me there the whole day. Helen.
They did not hold you there for the whole day.
They did.
That is not how things work.
Has she ever been arrested? Or like not arrested?
Yeah, that's to say.
You at most would just have to say what you think happened. Did they think you did it? Were you holding a gun?
No.
Then why would they hold you for the whole day, Kirby?
Kirby kind of sighs and just, I don't know. It was something about a new gang, Skull something or other, I guess. I don't.
No, I know. I've seen the news.
Is it all good?
No, there was an attack. What do you mean, was it all good?
Well, I heard there's some new superheroes showed up.
Yeah, there's new superheroes showing up every week.
Fair enough.
Do you have any idea how much shit you're in? You skipped work. If Susan would let me, I'd have you fired. But she won't give me power for that yet. So I'll settle for something else. Are you an early riser, Kirby?
I am.
Good early waker?
How do you want me to come in?
Parker had a bit of a lab accident, created a solution, far too many suds, more than regular soap. It flooded his room entirely, and now there's a gross layer of sticky, unwashed soap residue. I graciously told the night janitors to leave it alone. It was our mess, so we'd be the ones to clean it. Specifically, you'll be the one to clean it. Be in by 5 a.m., give Parker's room a total floor-to-ceiling sponge wash. If you're a minute late, the secretaries will tell me.
5 in the morning?
5 in the morning.
Kirby sets an alarm.
It is currently 1.
Oh no!
Kirby just face counted.
Yeah, consider that your first day, since today certainly wasn't. And then she hangs up the phone.
God, what an asshole.
Kirby leaves.
But, like, fair.
Fair.
Like,
Fair.
He
but
tries
still.
to remote access her phone.
No.
it's a Parker phone.
No.
It's a murder.
Oh, God.
Kirby kind of sighs, finishes his pizza, and just kind of walks over. And
It's a fucking baseball bat.
can I show him here, dude? Can I show him my bedroom for a sec?
Nope. Let's go to Noelle's room scene.
It's
We're not having a house. We're not just gonna have a house tour.
I wasn't done. Kirby was just gonna check to see what was put on for him on social media.
Okay.
yeah, man.
Yeah. It's much of the same. People talking about where they think he came from, giving theories as to like what his powers are. Probably some jokes.
Kirby kind of smiles and he just crashes on his couch.
Okay. Well, let's move to Noelle's scene.
Probably has an alarm in his head, huh?
Yeah, he does.
That sucks.
Very strong internal.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same.
As Noelle came back to Shady Groves, you would have passed through the lobby downstairs, seeing a sign on the door leading to your landlord's Murphy's office, reading, "Very busy with money stuff. Please don't knock. Sorry." Apparently having to figure out what to do after having a large amount of money stolen from him by the king or by the skulls. It's a rough situation. Returning upstairs, however, it feels almost no different from when you left it in the morning. Only thing that's really changed is that now the muffled heavy rock music is being played from the room across the hall rather than the room above yours.
What?
Alright, she'll head back in her house.
As you go and look at your door, as you go and step through your door, you moved back at the same time I moved you forward. You step on what sounds like a crinkling little bit of paper, and you look down, there's a note.
I go to pick up the note.
And it reads, "Noelle, I tried to find you after all that shit went down, but you just kind of vanished. Call me so I know you didn't die, at least." And then has a phone number. And then, as if scribbled in afterwards, just like an afterthought, is, "This is Laura, by the way, who wrote this."
I should probably call her immediately then. CQ goes to take her phone and give a very nervous call
Okay.
to Lara.
There's a moment, like a good little bit, where there's no one who picks up, and then finally, like, picking up, and you hear, yeah, like, she sounds like she just woke up.
Oh yeah, it's 1 in the morning.
It is 1 in the morning.
So, I didn't think of that, so she didn't think of that. She just saw it and called. Siki seems to realize this at the exact same time that I did. He goes, "Oh God, I'm sorry. I'll call you in the morning."
Wait, no, Noelle, hang on. You can hear like some rustling and like a click as she turns on like a lamp or something, and just goes, "Is this like this is Noelle, right?"
Yeah, hi. I'm not dead.
No, yeah, good. I mean, I'm glad. I figured you wouldn't be dead. I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to assume. What happened?
Well, I ran outside, kind of stupid, and went running for help because worried, and there was injured, and I was alongside him when when an ambulance showed up, and I was taken, to because I was shot and stuff. That's not something to laugh about. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's probably still kind of a little traumatizing. But I just went to recuperate stuff. I just have kind of a pain in the chest, but that's where I was. I'm really sorry to have. If I'm assuming I did, I'm sorry.
As you were like kind of rambly, coming up with a story as to where you were, towards the end of it, you kind of hear like, like she started to kind of fall asleep during that, it being 1 a.m. But luckily, since she was falling asleep, didn't really pay attention to if any of that sounded like bullshit.
Yeah, which is good because a lot of it was. I mean, all of it.
Yeah.
And it all sounded like bullshit.
I'm sorry that I got shot at and that you jumped into it.
I mean, sorry for doing that.
No, I mean, you saved my life. Don't be sorry for that. I'm sorry that my life needed saving.
You don't need to apologize for that. I mean,
all right, let's
hey.
make a deal. Neither of us get to apologize for the rest of this phone call.
All right. That's reasonable. Yeah. What happened after I left?
Well, we all just kind of stayed in the coffee shop while it sounded like some heroes, I'm guessing it was from the... Have you seen the news, I mean?
No. What news?
She's holding back a smile.
I mean, there's some heroes that kind of showed up. I mean, I was there, so I didn't... And I'm not a big news person in general, so I didn't really watch it like a bunch. I kind of skimmed it from Twitter. It seemed like some heroes showed up and saved the day, which, they usually do, so thankful for that.
Like, from the way that the news was framing it?
What'd you say, sorry?
Did they sound like kind of cool?
I mean...
The news was framing it? Like, were they...
There was one guy that was, like, throwing pottery, I think. Someone said something like that.
One dude that shouted, "Yo, I'm here!"
Yeah, there's. I
was weird.
heard some dude shout from inside. I think you were there for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really hear a whole lot from it. I guess pottery was the main aspect.
It's fine. I'm just glad that you are all right.
No, yeah, I'm not the one who got shot. I'm fine.
Well, I mean, it's still, a freaky thing to happen, and everything is when you just do, and that happened.
You hear a yawn from the other side of the phone, and she just goes, "Okay, it's 1 a.m. I I'm falling asleep. I ought to head back to sleep. I'm glad you're okay. You know, I'm glad. I don't know. I guess I'm just glad you're okay. Would have really felt like a shithead if I forced you out of your home and then you died.
that would have sucked. Well, sorry for. I mean, not sorry. I'm not sorry at all for keeping you awake and calling you at this hour, which
Okay.
people should not be calling at.
It's hey Noel. It's one thing to not apologize for something. It's another to outright state I am not sorry for keeping you up. I know what you mean though. It's okay.
I mean, I'm not. You know what I mean. Before you go, would you want to go for coffee again? Like to actually do that and not be shot at?
Yeah, sure. Let's go to one in Little London this time. No offense about Kings, but I mean, you know how it is.
It really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'll let you go now so you can sleep,
Yep.
and so I can also sleep.
All right. Good night, Noel.
Good night, Laura.
And she hangs up.
CQ hangs up a little fist pump for herself because she just got through a whole phone call
He did do that.
and asked to go for coffee.
And as you give that fist pump, the heavy rock in the background amps up, kind of cheering you on as if.
From there, she doesn't fucking eat.
That's true.
So, she's just gonna go to like get some leftovers, and this is the computer she's working on. Okay, so she's gonna head into her room.
What?
Let me in.
There you go.
She's gonna head in. She's gonna put like the whatever food she has in like a Tupperware container or something, on the bed. She's gonna move. She's gonna move this like TV thing in front of the door so that they can break their way in.
Okay. It's really sad.
Yeah, that's the same. Holy shit.
No, like the mantle.
Oh, okay.
Like
Shit,
the-
fuck.
The mirror mantle thing.
Yeah,
The dresser.
Sure you can move that?
Yeah,
It's
the
pretty
dresser.
heavy.
yeah, the dresser. The car. She can fucking do it.
Of course you do.
But she's then going to get into bed, and after actually she wouldn't have this outfit on anymore, would she? Because the nanite thingies would be gone.
Yeah.
But she's gonna like kind of blankets and take out her phone. She would probably check social media to see like, oh, what the fuck is news? But then she would go on her phone and go onto some website, and she would pull up some oldie comics of superheroes
Okay.
and would read them until she fell asleep,
All right.
feeling safer.
You fall asleep to muffled rock music in old comics.
Yeah,
And
as God intended.
as God intended. Kai, you still there?
Am I still here?
I'm so glad you're still here because I really was looking forward to your scene. I saved it for last.
Oh God, please.
Love Valeria.
Goddamn house.
Love this guy. Let's get a fucking house tour.
Alright.
I know what I said, but now this time, let's get a house tour.
Just full house tour.
Alright. Valeria returns home, top 4 of the Palazzo d'Oro, in the Old Amore district, to his 2-floor apartment. At some point during the day, he was contacted by higher-ups of Champion's Coffee that his specific store will be closed down for a few days following the attack as they do some repairs of the building exterior that got hit by some stray gunfire and laser blasts, and also somebody stole one of their curtains. Effectively, Valeria has the week off. And
He
let
is
me
very happy about this.
pull you in.
Oh my god, what a posh asshole already.
Oh,
Is that a pool? Is that a pool?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, Kyler?
He'd leave his shoes right here beside the door.
Is that a pool?
Where?
No.
That is a pool.
No.
Oh, no, it's the.
Oh, it's the outside. I thought
Yeah,
that
he
was
has a terrace. He has a little patio.
Oh, I
God,
thought
that
that was a
totally
pool.
did
I
look
was
like a
like,
pool.
holy shit.
Where's upstairs?
What's a fucking shriek?
These are the stairs.
Yeah, I
To
know.
get a
Go,
pool, I
he
would've
would go up them.
Okay. Let me zip you over. Huh.
Just sit in his bed.
As you're climbing into bed, soon enough, Valeria, you do feel a buzz coming from your phone, a notification.
Quickly grab it, just flick it open.
Okay. You check the phone, but you do not see a bunch of Twitter notifications like Michael did, but instead an email notification. What catches your eye, however, is that this is not an email to your regular email account, but rather the secondary email you made specifically for brushstroke-related business. It has not been sent anything in years, but now something has been sent.
He'd blanch. His face would go white.
Oh my god.
He'd like tentatively poke it and open it.
Oh, what the?
The music.
Ooh, okay.
God. Love it.
You open the email. To anyone else, this email would seem innocuous, totally normal. But to Valerio D'Estasio, this email holds much greater meaning. This email is sent from Disney, and it holds a simple message. Your Disneyland membership pass has been renewed for another year. Before extensively listing all of the benefits that come with the membership pass, ending the email with, "We expect to see you real soon." That is all this email holds. Valerio has been to Disneyland once, 9 years ago, and he was given a membership pass as part of the business deal he was a part of. It is long since expired, if it wasn't canceled immediately due to the fact that the park has been closed down after that day due to what happened in there, and hasn't been reopened since. But here's an email telling you that it's been renewed, and that they'll see you real soon.
You go to open the garbage can and then look in it for a second, go,
You go, what?
say not good enough, he'd rush downstairs.
Yeah, you fucking...
Fucking
Teleport
butt
me.
tripping, running down the stairs.
Slide open the door and run out. He would yeet the phone as hard as he could off his mouth.
Off of the top floor of the Plaza de Oro, Valerio chucks his burner brushstroke phone, and it falls to the floor below, the street far below, and explodes into tiny bits.
Oh. God, could you imagine?
Just sit down, his head in his hands. God.
Fuck, that's funny. The music really sold that.
His days went from like an 8 to 0, like immediately.
Alf
I
starts
wish I
up.
saw your face.
Alf is named Roomba.
Okay, I didn't know what that was for a second.
A sparkle brand Roomba. It starts climbing along the walls because it's magnetic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so his thought process is like scrambled now. He's so much more terrified of Disney than anything this guy said to him today. This is like the worst case scenario. No.
God, first main villain is hilarious. Disney.
Quickly get up and just go grab.
Back to this.
He'd grab a Macedo Toscana 2005 from the fridge.
You fucker.
And just start
Pour
drinking.
himself some red wine. Just take a seat.
And that is where we'll end the session.
God, he's
God.
drinking
with
himself.
with Valeria drinking after getting a Disneyland membership pass.
Fantastic. Good, great, fantastic
Uh,
job.
this whole session was just an excuse to get to the Disney joke.
Pack
Hey.
her up, boys. We're done.
Hey, you guys want to see the Disney logo that I made?
Yes, I do.
This is an alternate Disney logo.
This is alternate Disney, where they completely cut all fun cartooniness because Brushstroke used it against them.
I can't wait.
Disney TM.
Disney TM. It's been 9 years since the Mouse of House has crumbled.
The Mouse of House.
Oh god.
I meant to say House of Mouse, but you know what? It's okay.